further delay, I would like to give the floor to the Minister of Infrastructure, Pal Lekaj, for his welcome speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ndator të kësaj ngjarje, përfaqësues të banka financuese, përfaqësues të Bashkimit Evropian, e nderuara ministër, kolege, jemi në përfundim të vitit 2018 dhe jam I lumtur që ky vit po përmbyllet me lajme të mira, siç është ky për autostradën R7, segmenti Prishtinë-Merdare. Vazhdimi I realizimit të drejtimit rrugor 7 Prishtinë-Merdare, segmenti Besi-Merdare, është një projekt I cili do të ndihmojë shumë lidhjen e Kosovës me rajonin. Siç e dini, autostrada Durrës-Prishtinë-Merdare Nish është pjesë e rrjetit bazik të transportit në kuadër të rrjetit transevropian të transportit. Kjo rrugë, ky korridor në Kosovë kalon përmes Vërmicës në kufirin me Shqipëri dhe në Merdare në kufirin me Serbinë me një gjatësi totale prej 128 kilometra. Një pjesë e madhe, rreth 100 kilometra, tash kanë përfunduar dhe kjo siguron qasjen e Kosovës në detin Adriatik dhe në detin e Zi. Rrjedhimisht, kështu e përmirësojmë lidhjen me vendet e tjera të Ballkanit dhe korridoret evropiane të transportit, atë 4 dhe 10, çka është synimi ynë si ministri dhe po ashtu si qeveri e Kosovës. 27 kilometrat e fundit që përfshihen të ndërtohen duhet të jenë të plota në kuptimin e elementeve përcjellëse sipas standardeve TEM. Shpejtësia duhet të jetë aq sa të ruaj sigurinë në komunikacion, por edhe të mundsoj lëvizje të shpejtë për njerëzit dhe mallrat. Kur jemi të puna praktike e teknike, kam një thirrje të projektuesit sot dhe për ndërtuesit nesër që të gjejnë një qasje të pranueshme për fshatin rimanisht, sepse rrugët bëhen për të bashkuar njerëzit e jo të kundërtën. Prandaj, në këtë frymë duhet të ruhet struktura dhe ekonomia e këtij fshati duke mos I rënë përmes kjo autostradë. Kosova bashkë me këtë projekt po hyn në ndërtim të autostradës së 7 që do të lidhin qarkoren e autostradat në vend, e kur gjithë kësaj ju bashkojmë nga viti 2020 dhe autostradën e Dugaçinit. Rrjedhimisht deri në vitin 2025 po përfundojmë së ndërtuari një infrastrukturë që vendit tonë e bën nyje të rëndësishme të rajonit. Bankat dhe organizatat financiare evropiane dhe jo vetëm evropiane kanë kontributin e tyre të çmuar në gjithë këto investime. Prandaj, konsideroj se ky partneritet duhet të rritet e të forcohet sepse duke ndërtuar infrastrukturë moderne ne lidhim popujt e rajonit e kështu forcojmë paqen dhe stabilitetin në këtë pjesë të Evropës. Duke ju thënë se jemi në dispozicion për çdo komunikim që dërgon në zhvillimin e vendit tonë e të rajonit në përgjithësi, me lejoni që edhe një herë të shpreh mirënjohjen time dhe të ministrisë që udhëheq për të gjithë juve që angazhoni në këtë projekt shumë jetik për zhvillimin ekonomik të Republikës Kosovës, por edhe me gjerë. Urime festet e fundvitit, paqe të gjithë, shëndetin e të gjitha sukseset në vitin që po hym. Prandaj faleminderit dhe unë mendoj që Kosova po hyn në korridoret lidhëse dhe mendoj që ne duhet jemi të përkushtuar jetësisht në këtë drejtim. Faleminderit.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I would like now to ask the representative of EU delegation in Kosovo, Mr. Libor Hlad, for his speech. Thank you.
Dear Ministers Lekaj, Minister Hoxha, it's a great honor for me to be here today in your company on behalf of Ambassador Apostolova and say a couple words on the occasion of this workshop celebrating an important milestone in the preparation of the motorway, that the significance of which the Minister Likai has just explained. Let me first say that we appreciate the efforts that have been put into the process of developing the single project pipeline that is the basis for infrastructural investment funded from the Western Balkan Investment Fund. The Western Balkans Investment Fund is in fact a unique instrument of its kind. It's based on the idea of pooling of resources and including blending of grants and loans provided by other donors. It requires a high level of maturity of the recipient, of the beneficiary, which is Kosovo in this particular case. And as I said, we do appreciate what has been done in the framework of the National Investment Committee by yourselves. I want to recall briefly that the European Union over the years has been the largest donor of financial assistance to Kosovo, and we have been supporting Kosovo in preparation for accession in a number of areas. You know, we have the stabilization and association process well advanced, and it's continuing as we speak. What is important, apart from approximating the Kosovo legislation to EU acquis and progressively integrating the Kosovo economy into the European single market, is to create the prerequisites for the Kosovo businesses to stand a chance in the fierce competition on the single European market. And the infrastructural investment in that respect are very important. I would like to remind that Kosovo has already benefited greatly from the railway Route 10, which will eventually connect the south and the north of the country, and that we are impatient to see the completion of the construction of the piece of the motorway from Prishtinë to Merdare that will in fact bring the traffic to a border crossing which is also funded from the European Union funds in Merdare, and enabled us to connect the two countries respectively. The idea of connectivity among the countries in the Western Balkans and shall then further, of course, lead to linking them to the European Union so that the obstacles to any trade are removed. With the construction of the motorway, we will not quite be there. Of course, there will be other things that will have to be done, and they concern in particular the reform of the transport sector, where there are some very important challenges, including the opening of the market, but also making sure that the road safety is increased and the rules that have been put in place enforced as required, that intelligent transport systems are implemented so that Kosovo does not lag behind the other European countries. And also, of course, that the maintenance of the infrastructure that will have been constructed is ensured so that it can be used to its maximum potential and serve to Kosovo citizens and businesses in a long term. So once again, I would like to express the appreciations of the European Union for what has already been achieved and wish all of us the best of luck for the continuation. Thank you.
To Her Excellency Durrata Hoxha, Minister of EU Integration.
Mirëmëngjesi gjithëve, i nderuar Ministër Lekaj, të nderuar përfaqësues të zyrës së BE-s, të nderuar përfaqësues të projektit, të nderuar zonja dhe zotrin. Kam kënaqësinë që të marr pjesë në prezantimin e dizajnit preliminar për autostradën Prishtinë-Merdare. Gjithashtu, më lejoni që të falenderoj projektin e Bashkimit Evropian, Infrastructure Project Facility number 4 ose numër 4 për këtë punë të jashtëzakonshme. Po ashtu, dëshiroj të falenderoj zyrën e BE-s për këtë ndihmë të jashtëzakonshme që është duke dhënë në përmirësimin e infrastrukturës së Kosovës dhe rajonit. Qëllimi strategjik i Kosovës është anëtarësimi i saj në Bashkimin Evropian. Kosova ka qenë pjesë e vazhdueshme dhe e pandashme e pothuaj të gjitha proceseve që kanë ndodhur që nga viti 1999 deri më sot. Pra Kosova ishte pjesë integrale e Paktit të Stabilitetit për Evropën Juglindore, pastaj me procesin e stabilizim asociimi, gjithsesi marrëveshjen e stabilizim asociimit, kornizën investive të Ballkanit Perëndimor, procesin e Berlinit dhe shumë iniciativa të tjera me karakter rajonal. Siç e dini, procesi i Berlinit kishte filluar në vitin 2014 si iniciativë plotësuese e WBIF, e mbështetur nga kanceljarja gjermane Angela Merkel dhe ministri gjerman i punëve të jashtme atë kohë Steinmeier, me qëllim të implementimit të mëtejmë dhe konsolidimit të reformave institucionale, ekonomike dhe sociopolitike në vendet e Ballkanit Perëndimor, por gjithashtu edhe themelimit të bashkëpunimit rajonal mes 6 vendeve të Ballkanit Perëndimor. Procesi i Berlinit u dëshmua si kontribut pozitiv dhe në kohën e duhur drejt agjendës së parafrimit dhe zgjerimit të BE-s. Duke ulur kostën e transportit, sigurimin e furnizimit me energji, krijimin e partneriteteve afatgjata, biznesore dhe transferin e teknologjisë, procesi i Berlinit do të mundsojë lidhjen e ekonomive të Ballkanit Perëndimor me Bashkimin Evropian. Edhe kjo rrugë për të cilën po flasim sot është në funksion të agjendës së konektivitetit, pra lidhjes së Kosovës me rajonin dhe Bashkimin Evropian. Por gjithashtu kjo rrugë ka edhe një dimension të madh politik, sepse i thyen barierat e ngurta të bashkëpunimit mes Kosovës dhe Serbisë, por gjithashtu edhe do të ndihmojnë në qarkullim të mallrave më të lehtë, të mallrave dhe njerëzve. Ashtu sikundër që kontribon edhe në promovimin e paqes dhe sigurisë në rajon. Institucionet e Kosovës janë plotësisht të vetëdijshme për rëndësinë e projekteve infrastrukturore me karakter nacional e rajonal. Prandaj, po e shihni edhe për kushtimin që të kontribuojmë të gjithë, pavarësisht në mënyrë intensive në këtë proces. Janë njësër projekte tjera infrastrukturore që pritet të fillojnë dhe të cilat do të kenë ndikim direkt në zhvillimin ekonomik të vendit. Ashtu sikundër që do të kenë ndikim edhe në zhvillimin e gjithëmbarshëm të rajonit. Institucionet e Kosovës përkundër zhvillimeve të fundit mbesin thellësisht të përkushtuara në zbatimin e marrëveshjes së stabilizim asociimit. Zbatimi i fakshëm i së cilës sigurisht që do të avansojë procesin e integrimit evropian në Kosovë në tërësinë e tij. Reformat në sektorin e sundimit ligjit, reformimin e administratës publike, arsim, shëndetësi, e gjithashtu jo më pak e rëndësishme edhe përmirësimi i infrastrukturës së përgjithshme të vendit do të përbëjmë prioritetet kryesore të shtetit të Kosovës në vitet që vijnë. Dhe po ashtu, Kosova do të vazhdojë përpjekjet e saj edhe në shpejtimin e reformave të tjera. Për fund, më lejoni që edhe një herë të falenderoj Bashkimin Evropian dhe projektin IPF 4, të cilët janë duke mbështetur institucionet tona me asistencë teknike, profesionale dhe të kushtueshme. Ne mbesim të përkushtuar në kryerjen e të gjitha obligimeve në mënyrë që punimet për këtë rrugë të fillojnë sa më shpejt që të jetë e mundur. Ju falenderit shumë për të gjitha.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I would like now to give the floor to my colleague, Vasilis Evmolpidis, team leader of IPF4 Technical Assistance. Vasilis.
The European Commission, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vasilis Evmolpidis. I am the team leader of IPF4. I have been the team leader of IPF4. This is a country where we have a lot of friends, and we have a lot of development going on, and we are glad to contribute to this. It was mentioned what WBIF is doing in the region. I just want to give two numbers that the investments that are supported by WBIF are of the amount of 900 million euro in Kosovo, and the amount of grants received for technical assistance is of the order of 143 million. And now we are in IPF7, so I am representing IPF4, we have IPF5, 6, 7, and maybe 8 and 9 are coming. In IPF4, we have done two projects in Kosovo. This is one of them. You will hear more from my colleague Panos Pikro-Dimitris about the details of the project in very brief. But I would also like to mention to you about the project we have just completed about the gas interconnector between Albania and Kosovo. This is a project, it is in the pre-feasibility stage, and we have developed it in a way that from TAP, the Trans-Adriatic gas pipeline, which will be probably operational in 1 or 2 years in Albania, there can be a connection through Milot and following the current highway between the two countries into Kosovo. I have to tell you that the economic internal rate of return of that project is of the order of 67%, and most of that is because of the improvement of the environment, and this shows how much important it is to develop infrastructures that will also improve the environment in this country and in Prishtinë in particular. So I don't want to take any more of your time. I want to say thank you for your support and for being here with us today. I want to say thank you to the team of experts that implemented this project under the guidance of Yannis Papanagiotou. And I also want to wish you all Happy New Year and all the best for 2019. So I pass the word to Panos to make a small presentation of the project. Thank you.
Good morning, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to present in brief our project. This is the closing workshop of a project that started almost 2 years ago. And the main objective was connectivity. We have to connect through Kosovo, the region on Adriatic, up to Niš and then Bulgaria and Black Sea, and give access also to the to Corridor 10. The specific objective of this project is the implementation of the East Corridor, Orient East Mediterranean Corridor, Road 7 section from Prishtinë to Merdare. This is a 27-kilometer motorway, 4 lanes. And actually, it extends the existing Ibrahim-Rugova motorway up to the border with Serbia at Merdare. It contributes to better connectivity. On this map, you can see Corridor 7 connecting from Niš up to Adriatic. And in Kosovo, the missing part of this route is from Prishtinë up to Merdare. A few words for who is promoting this project. The Ministry of Transport is promoting. The ministry under the road directory of the ministry actually promotes, and the beneficiaries are the Ministry of Infrastructure and the Ministry of Finance. This WBIF action has been implemented into 2 components, which have been approved actually in round 11 in June 2014. In component 1, which has been performed during 2016 from January up to October, we had the preliminary ESIA, CBA, and the conceptual design, and the feasibility study on the implementation of this corridor. And in component 2, we have the preliminary design on the adopted and approved alignment. We provided the ESIA and the CBA update. It lasted something more than a year, from September 2017 up to November this year. Here we can see the general layout of the alignment, starting at through the area where the Prishtinë bypass ends, the existing road ends. We connect to the existing M25 road that goes to Botojevo, and we have the alignment through the Besi Valley, and then we go at Batlava plain area, reaching Merdare at the crossing point, at the border crossing. A toll plaza is foreseen almost in the middle of the motorway because it is expected to be operated under toll payment. 3 junctions are included here. The first is in the first area, connect the Prishtinë bypass actually to M25. And then we have a second junction interchange which connects to Regional Road 126 going to Podujevo, and a final junction that connects to M25 by Merdare. The traffic that this road is going to serve is expected to be in 2045. It's expected to be almost 20,000 vehicles a day. This is on the section from Bessi through the Bessi junction up to R126 junction leading to Podujevo. Today, on this section, actually the existing section, the traffic we have is almost 15,000 vehicles a day in 2016. After the connection with the motorway and the 20,000 that we have on the motorway, the remaining capacity of the road of M25 will serve another almost 20,000 vehicles, which comprise local mainly traffic. We expect to have high development in this along the existing road, so traffic will also rise in this area. So we remove the transit traffic from the road and get it on the motorway. On the border crossing, we expect to have an increase almost 5 times from 1,000 vehicles in 2016 to 5,000 vehicles in 2045. As I have said previously, the total length is 26.8 kilometers. We have 3 interchanges, and we have 1 connection at the end with the local roads to the existing facilities that exist by the border. We have 38 major structures, including 4 viaducts, 5 bridges, 5 overpasses, and 24 underpasses. This is the typical cross-section of the motorway with dual carriageway, 1, 2, and each carriageway has 2 lanes and an emergency lane. Total width will be 26 meters. 4 viaducts have been foreseen from 200 up to 500 meters, trying to avoid high embankments that will occupy a great part of land or obstruct the underneath traffic. So we tried to avoid interference with the local network and tried to minimize the land occupancy. These are typical cross-sections of the motorway in underpass and in overpass. And let's say a few words about the junctions, the interchanges. The first interchange is where the Prishtinë bypass ends, and today this is the existing connection here to M25. So we carry on with the motorway giving connection to M25 or to Prishtinë. The second interchange is foreseen with the road, Regional Road 126 going to Podujevo. Podujevo is over there. Through this junction, we provide access, of course, to Podujevo, and then to Batlava, Safox, and with connection to R125 to the local area south of this interchange. The last interchange connects M25 to Merdare, in Merdare with the motorway. This is the last interchange we have on this motorway, and serves traffic that comes from M25, the area in East Podujevo, and in the conurbations around here. Just before the integrated border management area, which is built here, the motorway runs actually in the border facilities. We have foreseen a junction, not an interchange, junction that connects the local roads that serve the surrounding activities. So we provide access to the existing facilities, and also will give the opportunity to make a reverse if we don't want to cross the border at this point. We have examined the environmental impacts of this project. The main environmental impacts refer to landscape. We have 5 bridges, 4 viaducts, 3 interchanges. We have noise as an environmental impact because we have houses close to the road. And of course, we have soil degradation, surface waters, and groundwater pollution. These are general impacts from the construction of road projects in an area. Fortunately, the project is not close to any protected areas or any natural heritage monuments. We have foreseen mitigation measures for the project impacts we have identified. And these mitigation measures include the introduction of noise barriers at the sensitive locations, the development of drainage systems, including culverts, concrete ditches, drainage pipes, and dry detention basins to collect the water running from the motorway surface, and also to have the protection of catch slots, because in the cuts we need to avoid any landslides and have problems in stability. Then we have also annual crossings and landscape and revegetation to bring better, let's say, environmental conditions along the project. And all these are going to be mentioned in the construction and environmental management plan, which has been proposed. And also there will be a monitoring plan regarding air, noise, soils, and landscape and biodiversity problems that may occur during the construction and then along the operation of the road. On the social part, the social issues that have been identified, we managed to minimize the interference with existing structures with small adjustments on the approval alignment. We have introduced viaducts to minimize land occupancy. We are introducing noise barriers to minimize nuisance to neighboring communities. And the framework to mitigate social impacts, restoring livelihoods and engage the affected communities, will be according to EBRD's and EIB's guidelines. According to these guidelines, the stakeholder engagement plan has been prepared. The land acquisition and resettlement framework has been prepared, as well as the environmental and social management plan. All these have been submitted to EBRD. Following this draft ASIA approval from EBRD and plans generally in EIB, the ASIA will be disclosed and take place, and then the final ASIA package after the disclosure will be produced. Now, regarding the costs, the overall cost of the project without value-added tax is expected to be about 207 million euro at 2018 prices. With VAT, we go up to 242. This includes contingencies and, of course, design and supervision and expropriations. This is the analytical table, if somebody wants to have more details. The benefits we are expecting from this project are mainly from savings in travel time and savings in vessel operating costs due to congestion relief, congestion that we expect to have in future. The economic internal rate of return has been calculated almost at 11%, 10.9%, with the net present value to be 68 million euro with a discount rate of 7%. The benefit over cost ratio is 1.5. From financial point of view, the financial evaluation and the project has a negative value 145 million with a discount rate again of 7%. Taking into account EU grants, which are expected to be about 20%, and the loans, which could be about 45%, all these indicators are improving. The sustainability of the project during its operation period is secured also by the state contribution and toll revenues. Therefore, we expect that the project implementation needs and it's worth of EU funding. That is what I had to present regarding the project. Very brief, because I know also your time is precious. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you goes to all the team. I would like to thank everyone for your participation in our workshop. We have organized a short press conference followed by a light lunch reception. Thank you very much. Thank you.